I'm live. It says I'm live. Let's see what I can do about this lighting situation here. I don't know if that's not any better. It's definitely dark out. That's for sure. And that might be overkill. All right. Let's see if I can kind of, man. It is a dark one out tonight, man. I'm in a super dark spot, I guess. This is interesting. I don't know. I guess like that's the best I can do. It's good old nighttime. It's nice and dark out, so it is what it is, man. I just thought I would give this a try. I don't know where else I could really mount my light. It produces plenty of light. I don't know why it's not reaching. Hmm. It's interesting. I was just trying to see if everyone could hear me, and oh, okay. Check out this. What is that? Okay. What's this? All right. Testing, testing. Yo, can everybody hear me? We're just gonna try out this new phone. And gosh, I really don't like how dark it is. I don't know how. I'm trying to think. I don't really know how else I could even do it. I mean, I could put it like right above my head. I don't know if that would even help. I mean, I'm trying to figure out how I can get more light in here. It is dark still. Man, this is horrible. Um, hmm. I really, I'm really questioning how I can redo my lights, yo. Like how, yeah, that's real mature. Yeah, I'm not sure how I'm getting some lights up in here, man. I gotta get some more lighting up in here. It's sufficient for me, but I guess not for trying to record. That's insane. But I'm just trying out this new phone, and it's a much better phone. But I don't know why. My lighting situation is absolutely horrendous right now. So I was brainstorming other ideas of how I could, like maybe if I hang it right here. Let me try something real quick. Because this is gonna bug me how the lighting is. There we go. Take this hook out and try to put it like up here. Alright, let's see what this does here. Hopefully it's not my... No, I still got charge. Alright, and then I can adjust it like that. Alright, there's some more light. I think I got some, I think I got some more light up in here now. If I could just slide back. Let me see here. Which one is it? Not that one. Oh, that's as far back. Okay. Alright, y'all. Alright. I think that's about as good as I'm gonna get it, yo. I tried to get some more light in here because it is a dark one out. And anyways, y'all, much love, much love. I was able to get a new phone today because my old one here was seeing better days, yo. Seeing better days. You're not gonna be able to see it too much, but it's got like a crack right through there, and the service was up today, and so I was like, man, I found a good deal and was able to basically just pay my first month of a different company and get the phone for free. So I was like, all right, let's do that. Let's get another. I missed having a stylus, so this is the 2025 Motorola stylus. So it's supposed to have a better front facing camera, you know, the same on the rear, the 50, but it's supposed to be like 13 on the front. So yeah, can you all hear me? What's good? What's good, everyone? Man, much love. Can you all hear me? Just this is a test run. This is a test run. I had to get a little bit more light in here, and yeah, man, it's just a night shift that I'm doing right now. I just got done making my round, so just thought I would check in with y'all and try to get it all figured out for my new phone here. What we can do to get at least a little bit more light up in here. It's I'm gonna have to get some different lights. Um, yeah, it's all work in progress, man. But hey, what's good? Y'all can hear me just fine. How's my audio? 'Cause, man, I was having all kinds of problems with my last phone. It was just totally time to get a whole new number, a whole new everything. You know what I mean? Just yeah. So all right, much love, yo. Man, I'm excited. You know, things are finally going a little bit better. Like it was a rough ride there for a while, and yeah, you know, things are getting better little by little. So you know, we just got to be grateful for everything and just our survival during these times, yo. So man, I'm just we got out to the ocean for only like a tiny little bit today because you know I got 4 days off and I'm on 3. So yeah, in the morning I'm gonna go back out to the ocean because that's just where me and my dog love to be. He's right on the beach. I'm gonna park like right on the beach this time. But I went out there today just to do a little test to see if I got any better service with this new provider. AT&T is doing a whole lot better. I actually had like full 5G out there still. And because I was talking to the person that sells a lot of phones, and yeah, sells a lot of the AT&T to the fishermen out here. So they say that you know it's the best for getting service out in the water, out in the ocean. You know, so yeah, what's good, y'all? Much love, man. Um, just having a good little night. You know, just trying to a little tired. You know, it's kind of a crazy day. The shit took forever getting a new phone, yo. I literally spent like forever doing that. It was ridiculous, but went and got a little treat for myself, and you know, so now I'm just back at work, and you know, I'm just 3 days a week, and here I am, and you know, we can go on a round here pretty quick. But yeah, man, I'm just enjoying this because you know now I can even do a lot more with having 2 phones, and that's gonna be awesome here. So let me see what we got even going on this phone right here. because I'm really curious if y'all have ever read any of this. The Law of One. So this is January 15, 1981. So what y'all know about that, man? What y'all know about this law1.info? This is the one I keep telling you about, man, because this is a really good. This is some really good stuff. Let's go back to the intro here, just to kind of give you an idea of what we're looking at. So yeah, this book is an exact transcript from tape recordings of 26 sessions of an experiment designed to communicate with an extraterrestrial being. We started the experiment in 1962 and refined the process for 19 years. In 1981, the experimental results of our efforts changed profoundly in quality and precision. This book is simply a report of the beginning of this later phase of our work. Since our experimental work began, and even before we officially formed a research group, there was considerable confusion about the nature of our research. I would like to state that I consider my point of view to be purely scientific. Many readers of this material have used as a bias for its evolution uh, previously assumed physiological bias, which has ranged from what I would call objectively scientific to subjectively theolo- sorry theolo- oh my god, I can't even talk right now. Theological. There we go. It is not the purpose of our research group to attempt to do anything other than make experimental data available. Each reader will undoubtedly reach his own unique conclusion about the meaning of this body of data. In recent years, there has been much controversy about phenomena that were apparently incompatible with accepted methods of scientific research. This included such things as UFOs, metal metal bending, physics surgery, and many other seemingly miraculous happenings. To prove or disprove any of these alleged phenomena is certainly not properly the task of the casual observer. However, most of the public opinion that has been generated with respect to these events seems to be the product of quick and superficial investigation. After almost 30 years of research and experimentation in the area of so-called phenomenal phenomena, I must recommend extreme caution in reading a conclusion. If it is possible to make money, gain notoriety, or have fun from perpetrating a hoax, then someone usually does it. Consequently, paranormal or physic areas are prime targets for the trickster, and be careful researcher usually has to observe copious amounts of garbage data in order to find a possible embedded gem of truth. This is especially true of Philippine psychic surgery and a large area of spirit communication in general. So, yeah, anyways, this just goes on and on, this introduction here, but this is stuff from, that's a really long introduction there, but, yeah, let's go to, So, just to give you an idea, this is a January 15th, 1981. Ra. I am Ra. I have not spoken through this instrument before. We had to wait until she was precisely tuned, and we send a narrow band vibration. We greet you in the love and in the light of our infinite Creator. We have watched your group. We have been called to your group, for you have a need for the diversity of experiences and channeling which go with the more intensive, or as you might call it, advanced approach to the system of studying the patterns of the illusions of your body, your mind, and your spirit, which you call seeking the truth. We hope to offer you a somewhat different slant upon the information which is always and ever the same. The Confederation of Planets, in service of the infinite Creator, has only one important statement. That statement, my friends, as you know, is all things, all of life, all of the creation is part of one original thought. We will exercise each channel if we are able to. The reception of our beam is in somewhat more advanced feet than some of the more broad vibration channels opening by other members for more introductory and intermediate work. Let us for a moment consider, though, that it is, my friends, to take thought. Took you then, though today, then thought today. What thoughts did you think today? What thoughts were part of the original thought today? In many of your thoughts did the creation abide? Was love contained? And was service freely given? You are not part of a material universe. You are part of a thought. You are dancing in a ballroom in which there is no material. You are dancing thoughts. You move your body, your mind, and your spirit in somewhat eccentric patterns, for you have not completely grasped the concept that you are part of the original thought. We would at this time transfer to an instrument known as Dawn. I am Raw. 2 minute pause. Let's take a 2 minute pause. Yo, what you think about this, yo? This is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. I just wanted to read a little bit into it because this gets really good. This is contact that we actually, after years of tampering around, figured out. And this is, yeah, from 1981. So what y'all think about this? The Confederation of Planets in the service of the infinite Creator has only one important statement. All things, all of life, all of creation as part of one original thought. You know what I'm saying? Think about that for a second. Alright. I am Ra. I am again with this instrument. We are close to initiating a contact, but are having difficulty penetrating a certain mental tension and distraction that is somewhat characteristic of this channel. We will therefore describe the type of vibration which is being sent. The instrument will find us entering the energy field at a slight angle towards the back of the top of the head in a narrow but strong area of intensity. We are not able to offer any conditioning due to our own transmitting limitations. Therefore, if the instrument can feel this particular effect, he may then speak our thoughts as they come to him. We will again attempt this contact. I am Ra. 90-second pause. This instrument is resisting our contact. However, we assure her that we are satisfied that contact with the one known as Dawn is not at this time preferable to that instrument. We will therefore move on to the one known as Leonard. Again, we caution the instrument that it is a narrow band communication which is felt as a vibration entering the aura. We will now transfer this contact. I am Ra. 90-second pause. I am Ra. We greet you once more in the love and the light of our infinite Creator. We ask that you be patient with us, for we are a difficult channel to receive. However, we may perhaps add some dimensions to your understanding. At this time, we would be glad to attempt to speak to any subject or question which those entities in the room may have potential use in the requesting. 1.1 Questioner. It seems members of the Confederation have a specific purpose. Is this true with you? And if so, what is your purpose? Ra. I am Ra. We communicate now. We too have our place. We are not those of the love or of the light. We are those who are of the law of one. In our vibration, the polarities are harmonized, the complexities are simplified, and the paradoxes have their solution. We are one. That is our nature and our purpose. We are old upon your planet and have served with varying degrees of success in transmitting the law of one, of unity, of singleness to your peoples. We have walked your earth. We have seen the faces of your peoples. This is not so with many of the entities of the Confederation. We found it was not efficacious. However, we then felt the great responsibility of staying in the capacity of removing the distortions and powers that had been given to the law of one. We will continue in this until your, shall we say, cycle is appropriately ended. If not this one, then the next. We are not a part of time and thus are able to be with you in any of your times. Does this give you enough information from which to extract our purpose, my brother? Questioner. Yes, it does. Thank you. Ra. We appreciate your vibration. Is there another query? Questioner. I've heard of the name Ra in connection with the Egyptians. Are you connected with that Ra in any way? Ra. I am Ra. Yes, the connection is congruency. May we elucidate? Questioner. Please do. Ra. What do you not understand? Questioner. Could you give me a little more detail about your role with the Egyptians? I am Ra. The identity of the vibration, raw, is our identity. We as a group are what you would call a social memory complex, made contact with the race of your planetary kind, which you call Egyptians. Others from our density made contact at the same time in South America, and the so called lost cities were their attempts to contribute to the law of one. We spoke to one who heard and understood and was in a position to decree the law of one. However, the priests and peoples of that era quickly distorted our message, robbing it of the, shall we say, compassion with which unity is informed by its very nature. Since it contains all, it cannot abhor any. When we were no longer able to have appropriate channels, I think we got some sirens going on. Give me 1 second here. Car just sped off, and there's sirens going off over, not on the property I'm at, but um, all right. I guess. Where is that even coming from? Okay. So yeah, I just seen like a silver car speed off, and there's an alarm going off on this other property over here across the street. Um, Give me one moment. Yeah, it is this garage over here. Dang. Hey yo, I just seen a car speed off out of there. No. Do you hear that siren going off? It's the shop behind you. There was a car that, uh, right after that sound started, I went outside, and then a car freaking sped down the road and just turned right. I'm sorry, what? Yeah, yeah. All right. For sure. Yeah, I'm gonna have to report this, so I will be back. I will be back. Much love, y'all. I'll be right back. All right, that was interesting. There was an alarm going off. But yeah, what you think about this? I love this material. I've read quite a bit of it, not all of it, because it's long, but I just wanted to kind of get a good introduction here. So So I'm going to back up. We spoke to one who heard and understood and was in a position to decree the law of one. However, the priests and peoples of that era quickly distorted our message, robbing it of the, shall we say, compassion with which unity is informed by its very nature. Since it contains all, it cannot abhor any. When we were no longer able to have appropriate channels through which to enun, enunciate the law of one, we removed ourselves from the now hypocritical position which we had allowed ourselves to be placed in. And other shall we say, other understandings having more to do with polarity and things of your vibrational complex again took over in that particular society complex. Does this form a sufficient amount of information, or could we speak further? Questioner inaudible. Is there another query? Questioner. The question was lost because the questioner was sitting too far from the tape recorder to be recorded. I am Ra. Consider, if you will, that the universe is infinite. This has yet to be proven or disproven, but we can assure you that there is no end to yourselves. Your understanding, what you would call your journey of seeking, or your perceptions of the creation. That which is infinite cannot be many, for manyness is a finite concept. To have infinity, you must identify or define that infinity as unity. Otherwise, the term does not have any referent or meaning. In an infinite creator, there is only unity. You have seen simple examples of unity. You have seen the prisms which shows all colors stemming from the sunlight. This is a simplistic example of unity. In truth, there is no right or wrong. There is no polarity, for all will be, as you would say, recounseled at some point in your dance through the mind-body-spirit complex, which you amuse yourself by distorting in various ways at this time. This distortion is not in any case necessary. It is chosen by each of you as an alternative to understanding the complete unity of thou which binds all things. You are not speaking of similar or somewhat like entities for things. You are everything, every being, every emotion, every event, every situation. You are unity. You are infinity. You are love, light, light, love. You are. This is the law of one. We may enunciate this law in more detail. Questioner, inaudible. Is there another query at this time? Questioner, can you say anything about the coming planetary changes? Background noise. Ra, I am Ra. I preferred to wait until this instrument had again reached the proper state of depth, of singleness, or one pointedness before we spoke. The changes are very, very trivial. We do not concern ourselves with the conditions which bring about harvest. 1.10 Questioner. Another question. Is it possible to create any acceleration of understanding in other entities, or are all efforts by the individual on himself accelerating his understanding? In other words, if an individual tries to act as a catalyst in general to increase the awareness of planetary consciousness, is he doing nothing but acting upon himself, or is it possible? I don't know what they're doing. I am Ra. We shall answer your question in two parts, both of which are important equally. First, you must understand that the distinction between yourself and others is not visible to us. We do not consider that a separation exists between the consciousness raising efforts of the distortion which you project as a personality and the distortion which you project as an other personality. Thus, to learn is the same as to teach, unless you are not teaching what you are learning, in which case you have done they little or no good. This understanding should be pondered by your mind body spirit complex, as it is a distortion which plays a part in your experiences at this nexus. To turn to the second part of our response, may we state our understanding, limited though it is. The remainder of the original audio recorded of session 1 was not available for the re-listening project. The audio tape was reused for another purpose after transcription. Therefore, the following is a lightly edited version of the rest of session 1 as published in the original volume of the Law of One, Book 1. Group individuated consciousness is the state of sharing understanding with the other distortions of mind body spirit complexes, which are within the evident reach of the mind body spirit complex, individual or group. Thus, we are speaking to you and accepting both our distortions and your own in order to enunciate the laws of creation, more especially the law of one. We are not available to many of you peoples, for this is not an easily understood way of communication or type of philosophy. However, our very being is hopefully a pignant example of both the necessity and the near hopelessness of attempting to teach. Each of those in this group is striving to use, digest, and diversify the information which we are sending this instrument into the channels of the mind body spirit complex without distortion. The few whom you will illuminate by sharing your light are far more than enough reason for the greatest possible effort. To serve one is to serve all. Therefore, we offer the question back to you to state that indeed it is the only activity worth doing to learn, teach, or teach, learn. There is nothing else which is of aid in demonstrating the original thought except your very being, and the distortions that come from the explained, inarticulate, or mystery clad being are many. Thus, to attempt to discern and weave your way through as many group mind body spirit distortions as possible among your peoples in the course of your teachings is a very good effort to make. We can speak no more valiantly of your desire to serve. May we speak in any other capacity upon the subject. Questioner: will you be available for communication? Can we call on you in the future? Ra: I am Ra. We have good contact with this instrument because of her recent experiences with trance. She is to be able to communicate our thoughts in your future. However, we advise care and disturbing the channel for a few moments, and then the proper procedure for aiding an instrument who has, to some extent, the need of re entering the mind body spirit complex, which the instrument has chosen for the life experience of this time space. Do you understand how to nurture this instrument? Questionnaire: no. Could you explain it? Raw: we suggest first a brief period of silence, then the repetition of this instrument's vibratory complex of sound in your density, which you call name. Repeat until an answer is obtained. Then the laying on of the hands at the neck region for a brief period so that the instrument may recharge batteries which are not, shall we say, full of essence. What was that? That was interesting. Oh, okay. Sorry, new phone thing. I was like, what? What just happened? Um, okay, so. And finally, a gift of water into which the love of all present has been given. This will restore this entity, for her distortions contain great sensitivity towards the vibrations of love, and the charged water will affect comfort. Do you now understand? Question here, not completely. Ra: I am Ra. We search your mind to find the vibration. Aurak: it is this vibration from you which contains the largest amounts of what you would call love. Others would call this entity Karla. The charging of the water is done by those present placing their hands over the glass and visualizing the power of love entering the water. This will change that very effective medium with those vibrations. This instrument is, at this time, quite fatigued. However, her heart is such that she continues to remain open to us and useful as a channel. This is why we have spent the time, space, explaining how the distortions of what you may call fatigue may be ameliorated. Under no circumstances should this instrument be touched until she has responded to her name. I do not wish to take this instrument beyond her capacity for physical energy. It grows low, therefore I must leave this instrument. I leave you in the glory and peace of unity. Go forth in peace, rejoicing in the power of the one Creator. I am Ra. So that was section 1 out of very many. So, yeah, y'all. Much love, y'all. I think I'm going to take a little recess break. I just finished reading the first session of The Law of One. That was amazing. It's been a while since I read the first session, so yeah. So the second one is January 20th, 1981. So yeah, this is the Law of One.info. It's a book. Well, kind of. It's a communication. But yeah, y'all. Much love, and light, y'all. And I need to get me a little more soda. And I'm going to take a little break here, and then I'm going to do session 2. So, peace and love, y'all. Peace and love. I'm going to be right back, and I'm going to do session 2. So, I'm going to start a new live stream for session 2 and have a discussion. Alright, y'all. Much love, much love.